Hey YouTube, just thought I'd just talk for just a few minutes. Just a few thoughts on various, personalities and stuff on YouTube. And being that I'm a newer YouTube and stuff, and I just thought maybe I'd just voice a few ideas. I'm just out in the woods right now, just kind of taking a break, and I just thought maybe I'd just talk for a moment about maybe like Nothing Fancy and, all the other gear reviewers. It's interesting. It's definitely a different kind of personality, really. Today they would want to do some of that, and I can kind of relate on a lot of levels. It's interesting to voice your opinion, because you feel like you're a part of this whole system, this whole gear channel stuff, and all the neat things that come along with gear reviewing and learning new information about, all the new stuff that comes out, from all these various companies that we all like, and we're always waiting for the new and next biggest thing. And I think, though, that for the most part, though, that a lot of us that have been in this gear review and, collecting gear and we kind of have what we already need, We already have what we need, and it's not that we really need any more. All of our needs are met. It's just that we're always looking to refine what we have, and it's kind of cool to get something new. Let's just be honest. So, it's just kind of like one of those things that I think over time, though, you get very specific and you start to refine what you like and what you don't. And I think it's just normal. And you start to gravitate toward one thing or another. And you also get to a point that you kind of have these almost like hyper-focused interest in things that you typically wouldn't have looked at before. And you get really into a certain type of knife or a certain type of flashlight that before you wouldn't even looked at it. You wouldn't even get 10 seconds to it. And I mean, I've just caught myself over time, with Nothing Fancy or Suits channel or Haas USMC or, just really not connecting with a lot of his videos. And then years later go back and go, wow, I really... freaking Ola, that's something else. I really like that, and you go back and you can appreciate it because you're not there at the same time that reviewer is there. You're not really connecting because you're just not in the same mind frame, or you don't have the same interest at that very moment that the video came out. And I tell you though, one guy that I really like now that I couldn't even stand before is, you got this channel, Prepared Mind 101. And, that channel is pretty good, actually. I have to say, he's a cool guy, and, I just, Chris Tanner, I believe is his name. I just believe though that sometimes it just takes a while to warm up to certain people. Certain personalities just sometimes don't click when you do have the short time of exposure to them. And then after that, you kind of just keep rejecting them until you just happen to fall into another video and not even recognize who's speaking and stuff until you do pay attention. And you're like, maybe he's okay. Maybe he's all right. Because, just like Chris, though, he kind of has this, I don't know. It's a little bit of a flat type of personality in some ways. Not that he's very interesting. It's just that he kind of has that very dry humor, and I mean, it's just one of those things that you kind of just appreciate over time of how how unique the guy is. But it's no different though than someone like Nothing Fancy though, that he's kind of a little overly animated, and he's a little bit goofy, which is just fine. But he definitely has the things that he's interested in, and he's not apologetic to that at all, and none of us should be. But sometimes, though, I think that some of the gear reviewers, and I may be guilty of this in the future, just starting out, maybe I'll be like this, so whatever. But they get a little bit too comfortable behind the camera, or they kind of get a little bit too wide in their stance of what they're covering. And I'm not saying you can't talk about other subjects, though, than what your topic or your channel is mainly about. But I think it really is kind of cool, though, if you keep with your topic or your focus of your channel, just because it's it's something that it really is productive for the viewer, so that they can know, okay, I'm going to go to this channel to get this information and not have to skim through or filter through all this other stuff. So if there's like 2 topics that really you keep coming up, in your channel, it may be a good idea to have a second channel and just talk about those, on a different channel. So you have a different focus and you don't have to be jumping around and stuff. But back to Prepared Mind 101, some of his videos are just very well thought out, and you can tell the guy's probably spent hours, or at least outlining, and thinking through what he's going to say or do. And it's good. It's really pretty good. I mean, it's a different kind of preparation though than someone like Nut and Fancy or even other guys that do gear reviews that are so regimented and almost too rigid in their coverage, or they're trying to cover everything in detail, and it almost comes off as a little too much. Like some of us guys just want to know what's up with it. Is the knife cool or not? And this we don't need to know all the specs. We know that we can go to the manufacturer's website. We don't really need a lot of this fluff. It's just kind of like, what's up with the knife? What's up with the flashlight, the backpack, And some of these things obviously are just opinion. In fact, a lot of this shit is very much subjective. I mean, unless the item breaks when it's not supposed to, or there's a major quality control issue, a lot of this stuff is just it's just really more for fun, I think. And that's what I think a lot of people do is they know this. People know that when you're watching things like on YouTube, that you're just getting a medley of different opinions. And it's up to you to kind of figure out if you want to purchase something or do something or have those kind of types of experiences. And so I guess that's just what I'm trying to get at, is that this is kind of new to me to make videos, and I'm getting to kind of see from the other side a little bit, at least in a philosophy sense, that there's a lot on the other side of YouTube that if you're just a viewer only and you never make videos or never, and I'm just complete amateurville over here. So, I don't have like an intro video or closing, any kind of video. I just don't have any kind of like Photoshop. I'm just doing it all from the smartphone and only from the smartphone. And I have no plans in the future to go any more high tech. I just enjoy this. But, maybe things, as we all know, they evolve, and maybe I'll just be convinced in whatever way that, I think I need to advance, and maybe I will. But it's interesting though, just to be a part of the video part and not just be a part of the viewing part, of YouTube. And so let's just see how this all works out. So I just be curious about your ideas. If you have any comments, it's just interesting about how do you view gear reviewers, and what do you want them to say or not say, or do or not do. And it's got to be kind of like a science. There's got to be, something to all this of why some people do better and get more viewers than others. And I would have to say, though, is maybe it has to do with who can give the most information in the shortest amount of time, or who's the most concise, who says what they want to hear, and maybe even what's trending. Maybe they just have good timing. But whatever it is, let me know. And I just like to kind of get a feel for it. And it's just so interesting, like there's so much to learn. Obviously, there's never enough time to learn everything we can learn. And even in the gear reviewing or prepping or survival or bushcraft worlds, or, the knife world or the gun world, or all these things that some and many guys do have interest in. It's just interesting how there's like so many facets of it. Just for an example, if you're into collecting knives, it's just not like you just go randomly and you collect a knife whenever you see it that you like. It can be so specific. It could be just a certain type of model from a certain maker. That's all you deal with. And maybe you just have variations of the colors you collect of that particular handle scale or something. It is so specific. And it can be so specific. And I guess it just, a lot of people just kind of generalize collecting or outdoors or And this is applicable for a lot of other different interests, you know, not just the outdoors or sporting and stuff, but it just seems like there's a lot more to this. You know, I mean, so much behind the scenes of the design and marketing and just the to get out the information of the products, you know, and it's just amazing, you know, that there's so many people like, you know, even myself now that's kind of interested in getting involved with, maybe even sometime down the road, it'd be cool to have like a manufacturer send me a tool or a knife or something to review. And, you know, even if it's just once a month or something, it's a neat idea, because I think once again, it helps you connect with the community that you want to so dearly be a part of, because it creates interest. It's just fascinating too about all the new advances. And so anyways, with that, thank you for watching my video, and the Art of Prepping out.